Okay. Welcome everyone to our info session tonight on our whole food meal plan, our complete Detox Cleanse Nourish program. What we're going to do is, if you have any questions as we go along, I would just encourage you to pop them in the chat box. Down there you'll see a little button on the bottom of your screen. I think if you're on your iPad or your iPhone, you'll need to swipe across and just type any questions you like as you go along, as you think of them, and I'll answer them at the end. We'll also have an opportunity for 5 minutes at the end if you have any live questions that you want to ask of me. That's completely fine to do that. So we will get started. So my name is Ruth Wilkinson. I live in Queenstown and I'm a personal trainer. I stunt boxing coach and MetaFit coach. I'm owner of a business called Prime Fitness Queenstown, and I'm also a DCN transformation coach. I've been working as a transformation coach and with this program for 2 years now, and it's been amazing, amazing benefits for the clients that I've put through it and coached through it. And most of them have just made amazing lifestyle changes going on with it after the program is finished. So what I would like to ask you is what you would like to improve about your health. So here's a chance to pop something into that chat box at the bottom of the screen. If you could just have a think about what you would like to most improve about your health. We find that when people start to share some things here, that there are some common threads with what people share. I'm just going to have a look at what they are as you guys type them. Making some better eating habits. Yep, that's awesome, Lisa. Anyone else there want to contribute? I can see some people typing. Sandy says, my legs need to run faster. What else to do with your health, guys? Think of things that you really would like to improve. Have more energy? Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably the big thing that most people lose more weight. Yep. Weight loss. Awesome. Yeah. So usually kind of better gut health from Jules. Yeah, that's awesome, Jules. Lose more weight and have heaps of energy. Yeah. So they're pretty common things that people want to improve about their health. And it's great that you guys have commented on that, because this program is going to address all of those things. So we'll go into a bit more depth about that. So what it comes down to is that we just need to eat more real food, all right? It's nothing complicated, and, there's a lot of fads out there and theories, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to eliminating the bad food, the processed food, and eating more real food. So I want to ask you guys, and you can comment in the chat box again, how many serves of fruits and vegetables do you think you'd have on average a day? Let's think of a good day, all right? Because we all have our bad days. Let's think of a good day. When you do have a good day, if you think of a serving being roughly the size of your fist, how many serves do you think you would eat each day? Have a look in the chat. Average 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, yeah, 4. Yeah, 4 on a good day, 5, yeah, 4 to 5. Yeah, so that's, most people saying sort of 4 to 5 on a good day. You might be quite surprised with these statistics that we're going to discuss coming up next. So this is a survey that was done in Australia. It's done by the Australian Bureau of Statistics. It's a national health survey, and men and women from the age of 18 years and over were surveyed. And this is what they found in Australia. The consumption of fruits and vegetables was way below what is recommended in Australia. You can see that women are just marginally doing better than men, but on average, men age 18 years and over consumed 1.6 serves of fruit and 2.3 serves of vegetables each day in 2014 to 2015. And women of the same age consumed on average 1.8 serves of fruit and 2.5 serves of vegetables. So if you have a look at the graph of what's recommended on the right, men and women in Australia are not even getting half of their daily requirements. So this is in Australia. Obviously, in New Zealand, we will probably roughly be the same, I would guess, perhaps maybe even worse. here in New Zealand. So it's quite a bit of a shock when you see that put down on paper. You might be quite surprised to learn that we need to be eating 9 to 13 serves of fruits and vegetables every day. All right. We here in New Zealand, we have the very old 25-year-old recommendation of 5+ servings of fruits and vegetables. We're way behind the rest of the world. So a lot of the research coming out around the world, particularly out of the UK and the US, is saying that we need to have upwards of 10 and over servings of fruits and vegetables every day. So having a high intake of vegetables particularly, or 10 to 13 serves per day, is closely linked to reduced risk of developing a number of lifestyle diseases, including some types of cancer, heart disease and diabetes. They found that eating at least 7 portions of fresh fruit and vegetables a day was linked to 42% lower risk of death from all causes. It was also associated with a 25% lower risk of cancer and 31% lower risk of heart disease and stroke. So vegetables seem to be significantly more protection against disease than fruit. So, when we talk about servings of fruits, if we're talking 10 servings a day, it's roughly sort of 2 to 3 of fruit and the rest of vegetables. So most of those servings each day should come from vegetables. So the latest recommendation by the World Health Organization recommends 10+ servings a day. So pretty hard in this day and age. But not only are we meant to consume a large amount of fruits and vegetables each day, but we're also meant to consume a wide variety of colours. We're told often that we need to be consuming a rainbow colour variety of fruits and vegetables. And that can be really hard. Some days we may eat the required amounts of fruits and vegetables, and sometimes I do on a good day, but I certainly don't get the variety and the colours of the rainbow. So we need to eat the variety of food for a reason, because in all those different coloured fruits and vegetables are all your different phytonutrients. We're meant to get that variety in. So it's not just about macronutrients, which are your carbs, your proteins and your fats. Your micronutrition, which comes from your fruits and your vegetables, is really, really important. This is an awesome little image which talks about how the body rebuilds itself in less than 365 days. So we know that good health doesn't happen overnight, all right? It takes time, and it's comes down to the physiological changes in your body at a cellular level. So basically, the cells, every day you have cells that are dying and cells that are being replaced. So old cells dying, new cells being born. Now what happens is what we feed our body, what we put into our body, feeds those new cells that are created every day. So if we have a look at this image, it just shows us how, even though we may eat healthy, we may do a diet where we eat healthy for a few weeks, it's not going to give us good health on the inside. True health comes from making long-term changes and making those long-term changes every single day consistently. So getting in a high variety and colour of fruits and vegetables every single day. It takes 1 year for your brain cells to completely regenerate and turn over. It takes 4 months for your blood cells to completely renew itself and regenerate. Skin is 1 month, lungs are 2 to 3 weeks. So this is just really important to show people that when we're talking getting healthy at that cellular level, it requires time, all right? It requires months and months and almost a whole year of eating healthy every single day for your body, all the cells in your body to be completely replaced. So we truly are what we eat, okay? What we put into our body feeds our cells at that cellular level. So we have a day where we're eating unhealthy processed foods. Cells created on those days are going to be unhealthy and compromised in health. We put good food into our body every single day consistently, then we have healthy cells. So it comes down to us to make that choice about what we're going to put into our body. So this is where our program comes into it, all right, the original Detox Cleanse Nourish program. We have two now. We have the original program, which includes meat, And then we have our vegan program, all right, which includes excludes meat and anything from animal products. So the vegan program I haven't done, but I know people who've done it and just think it's amazing. So it's not just for vegans. You know, if you're wanting to move towards a more plant-based diet, then this is a great one to try, and the recipes are amazing. Our nutrition expert who's put the program together, or the meal plan together, is George Saragas, and he's a personal trainer located on the Gold Coast. He comes with many, many qualifications. He also has the nutritional qualifications to make sure that every meal is a perfect balance of your macronutrients, your carbs, your proteins, and your fats, so that we're getting that healthy balance with every single meal. And then we have our recipe creator, which is Zoe Tattersall, and she's a healthy foodie. She's also the founder of Zont, which is a blog that she does some amazing recipes on her website. I'd encourage you to make a note of that website, because she does some free ebooks. You can subscribe to her newsletter for healthy recipes. Zoe is really, really passionate about healthy food and about whole foods, and she has put the recipes together. And every recipe she has made sure is designed so that they're delicious and tasty. So this is not some program which is boring, bland, tasteless food, which can sometimes be the perception of clean eating programs. This is a program which is full of meals which are quick and easy and delicious. So that's really, really cool. All right, so we're unique, this program. Now, when I say that, there's lots of detox programs out there. And when I first heard about this program, I kind of did the old eye roll thinking, oh, no, not another detox program. But we are truly unique, because where we stand out from other detox programs is that we're all about responsible detoxification. So this is a detox program which supports your liver through all 3 phases of detoxification, which is where most detox programs fail. So it's not, there's no fads, there's no BS. It's about whole food eating. It introduces amino acids or proteins at the correct time to support those 3 phases of detoxification. It's not another, detox in a box, yo-yo diet, or fad or product-focused program. It's just a whole food meal plan. We've got whole food capsules and smoothie shakes to support and for variety and convenience. So it's not about taking 2 to 3 shakes a day and replacing your meals with liquids, or taking multiple supplements a day. So I'm just going to break down what the program is. So we've got a 3-day detox to start with, and I'll give you a little visual on what the foods are like in this part. Now, this is definitely the hardest part of the program, but I think most people tend to be pleasantly surprised by this phase in the program. They probably go into it feeling like they're going to be a little bit deprived, but the great thing about this is it's not a 3-day juice fast. You're actually eating real food, and you can eat as many vegetables as you like throughout these 3 days. So I just encourage people to eat when they're hungry. Make sure you're eating every couple of hours so you're not getting ravenously hungry. We have our lean green smoothie, which we start in the program, and that's a really beautiful cleansing part when we have that every day. So I love that clean green smoothie, and I still have it to this day. We then have our 7-day cleanse, which is where we start to introduce our amino acids, or our proteins, in the form of fish and white meat. So our lean green smoothie, we still have that each morning, and we start to have some of our beautiful smoothies, which you'll see here on the right-hand side. We have the lovely chopped blueberry smoothie, and just some beautiful recipes in this. This is probably my favourite phase of the program. And then we have our 14-day nourish phase. Now, this is where we really kickstart the metabolism, and this is where we start to introduce red meat into our program. And this is also where we introduce some of our healthy treats as well. So this isn't a program about deprivation. Like I said, we do have some healthy, clean treats in it. As you can see in the top left-hand corner, we have our beautiful chocolate chai coconut slice. We still have our smoothies, which are the highlight for me. I absolutely love the smoothies. and many people do. So there's lots and lots of great, tasty, delicious recipes, and they're all really, really quick to make, which is important because this program would not be a success if you were having to slave away in the kitchen for hours and hours every day. So that's the nourish phase. All right, so how we do this. So we're going to, it's a gentle whole food detoxification. So like I said, it's a detox that supports all 3 phases of detoxification. So it's not like a juice fast or another liquid detox diet. We introduce amino acids at the right time to support all those 3 phases. And if you want to learn more about why those 3 phases of detoxification are so important, if you go to blog.detoxcleansenourish.com, Zoe has written a really interesting piece on that, all about detoxification. So we also improve digestion and gut health in this program. Now, gut health is really, really important, and there's a lot of information and research coming out all around the world about this and how your health starts with your digestion and your gut. So it's important for brain development. It's important for absorbing your food properly and getting the nutrients from your food. It's important to cut out, for your gut health. It's important to cut out caffeine, sugar, and inflammatory foods, which is what we do in this program. And we increase the fiber intake through lots of plant foods and greens. So that's how we improve our digestion and gut health with this program. We're also going to quit the cravings. So we eliminate sugar with this refined processed sugar with this program. Because we eliminate sugar, it means that we are eating foods which keep our blood sugar levels even and level throughout the day, so we don't get that mid-afternoon slump, which I think is, one of the biggest benefits that people find from doing this program is just more energy, and the fact that they don't get that mid-afternoon slump and those cravings, and those sugar cravings go pretty quickly when you do this program. And we also support your cellular health through this program with micronutrients. Now, this is really important. Now, we use whole food capsules and smoothie shakes to support for variety and also convenience. Now, we use a product that's clinically proven. It's research-backed, and it's the highest quality whole food micronutrient supplements in the world. So this program is not about, like I said, 2 to 3 shakes a day and multiple supplements. It's also really important that we use these products in the program, because you cannot just get healthy in 24 days like I showed from that previous slide. The 24-day program is just a kickstart. So what we do by using these micronutrients, these supplements, is that we support our health for an entire 120 days on this program. So it's not just for that initial 24 days. So the products that we choose to use are Juice Plus. Why? The simple answer is science. All right, there's more than 30. I've got 20 here, but I didn't update the slide. There's actually now more than 30 studies done in medical and scientific journals that have been published and peer-reviewed, and there are more underway. So this is the most researched nutritional product on the planet. You will not find another product that even comes close in terms of the science that backs this product. These products are pretty much fruits, vegetables, and berries in capsules. So it's a simple way to get massive amounts of fruits and vegetables into our bodies on a daily basis. So it's a matter of knowing what we do eat and what we know we should eat, and there's that gap in between. Sometimes it's big, all right, and on good days sometimes it's small, but it's just about bridging that gap daily with whole foods rather than synthetic supplements. So what I will tell you is that Juice Plus, they grow the highest quality fruits and vegetables. They're grown under the strictest quality controls. There's no herbicides, no pesticides, no fertilizers, no GMOs. The produce is all vine ripened, so it's chock full of nutrients. It's dried under low temperatures, so the nutrients aren't destroyed, and the water and sugar are removed. So all you're left with is all the amazing goodness from the fruits and vegetables. It's also got 2 of the highest certifications in the world for a nutritional product that's a TGA and NSF certification. And it's got, like I said, it's got that gold standard research. So it's fully randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled, peer-reviewed. So, you know, it's got a big tick of approval behind it. You know that you're putting something that's amazing quality and something that's going to work into your body. Let's just quickly, I just want to quickly touch on the difference between Juice Plus and a multivitamin. All right. So multivitamin, I don't know whether you take one at the moment or whether you have taken one, but most people have taken one at some stage in their life, if not, you know, are taking one at the moment. Any health professional is going to tell you that we need to be supplementing our diet. We have to be supplementing it because we just can't get what we need to from our food these days. So the multivitamins that you see on the supermarket shelf or the health food store, all right, are not real food. And let's just break this down because I want to show you the difference between, let's look at vitamin C, for instance, a vitamin C supplement, and the vitamin C that you'll get from an orange. Now, the body recognizes vitamins, antioxidants, minerals, phytochemicals in their complete natural form in conjunction with thousands of other elements, and that's called whole food. You know, all those elements working together synergistically. So on a simple level, if you imagine vitamin C in the form that it is within the complexity of a whole orange, compared to the synthetic man-made vitamin C, which is ascorbic acid, that's in the average vitamin C product, you've got an orange, which is thousands of phytochemicals that the body understands and are bioavailable, meaning every single one of those nutrients is absorbed. And then you've got the synthetic vitamin, which is just isolated, which the body doesn't know how to deal with. So quite often, those vitamins aren't absorbed and we pee them away. And I don't know whether any of you have experienced going to the toilet after you've had a multivitamin in the morning and your pee is bright yellow or bright orange. I just thought that was normal when you have vitamins, but I soon learnt through doing research on this product and the benefit of whole food supplementation was that is a sign that vitamins just going straight through your body. It's not bioavailable, it's not absorbed by the body. So that's the difference there between a product like Juice Plus and just your average multivitamin that you get off the supermarket shelf. Now, we do also have our smoothie shakes as part of this program, but I do want to stress that this program is not about meal replacements. So there's never any liquid meals in this program. We do have the shakes in there for a nice, healthy, tasty snack, and they're purely for, like I said, variety and convenience. So shake diets are what we stand against. It's just it's a marketing ploy to loop you into really bad eating habits. There's a lot of them out there, and most of them are pretty much you've got to be aware of. So using meal replacements as a primary basis of a diet plan may get you some short-term results, and yeah, for sure, people do get results, but believe me that you're in for disaster as far as the long-term and bigger picture is concerned, because most people end up putting more weight on when they come off those types of diets than when they started, because they just are they're not learning how to eat properly for sustainable weight loss. So you just end up in that, you know, that shake diet cycle of getting the weight off, putting it back on, and then your body just learns to store fat and it gets harder and harder to lose weight. So you definitely don't want to get yourself into that kind of cycle. Now, 4 things you should look for in a shake or a protein powder. Number 1 is that you want to make sure it's based on whole food ingredients. So you want to avoid artificial sweeteners, flavors, or ingredients you can't pronounce. You want to make sure it's low allergen or a vegan protein source. A lot of protein powders, the majority of them out there are all have whey protein in them, which is not good for you at all. Whey protein actually causes a lot of digestive upset in many people. So if it's got soy protein in it, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You just want to make sure it's a non-GMO source of soy. And you also want to make sure it's got a good balance of macronutrients, not just protein, which a lot of the protein powders out there can be really, really high in protein and then, you know, not many carbohydrates in it. So they just lack that perfect blend of or ratio of your macronutrients. So the complete products that we use, and I'll quickly just hold up a sachet of the chocolate one. All right, these are a perfect balance of your macros. So you've got 60% carbs, 30% protein, 10% fat, and that tastes absolutely delicious. They come in 2 flavors, chocolate and vanilla. All right, so we kickstart the fat loss in this program. So good cellular health is all about the ability to burn fat. So it can't just be about your macronutrients. Your micronutrients, which we get from our fruits and vegetables, are quite often the missing link in terms of good health and really kickstarting that fat loss. So this program, what I love about it too, is you get that food knowledge going forward that you take into life with you. I've had many people do this program who have learnt from the eating principles over the 24 days, who have then been able to have learnt from that how to construct a meal with the right balance of macronutrients. So it really does equip you going forward after the 24 days on how to eat healthy for life, which is great and really important. What we'll do now is we'll just share some testimonials with you. I'm hoping I've just got my little, just going to move that so I can see what's at the top there. Right. So this is Christy. So 24 days completed. There's her before and after shot. I will stress that this program, although people experience amazing weight loss results from it, it's not actually a weight loss program. It's a healthy eating program, and obviously a byproduct of eating healthy, and a bonus is weight loss or fat loss rather. So we have many people doing this program who are not doing it for weight loss reasons, but are just doing it for better health. And obviously they do burn fat or drop excess fat in the process. So she didn't have anything to lose really, but she just said that she had some injuries to her and wasn't able to train during the program, so she was still able to lose 3.1 kgs and 20 centimeters. So she had some great results on the program. And then we have, you'll see some before and after here. The weight that tends to come off around the back, what we call our back veranda, is targeted there. You can see the difference there between before and after the 24 days of doing the program. And then we have Tina, who she lost 4.5 kgs, total of 21.5 centimeters, which included 10 centimeters around her stomach. And this is what people find, is that just you drop the bloating and lose the excess fluid really, really quickly with a program like this, which is what most people, notice in the first 3 days of doing this. So you do really, it really does target that belly region, which most women are really, really pleased with when they do this program. So she says that she's full of energy, and she's now started at the gym, which is really, really great. So it just, of course, allowed her to become more confident and transform her body even further. And then we have Jacqueline. Now, Jacqueline has probably got some of the best results that we've seen for somebody in this program. 11.6 kgs. I will say that, that's at the very top end of the scale. Most people lose in 24 days on average probably 4 to 5 kgs, which is a really, really healthy weight loss during a 24-day period. Anything more than that, you're starting to lose muscle as well. So she lost 45.5 centimeters. So you could see, most of it's from around her belly, which is great. So she would have loved those improvements. And then we have, it's not just about weight loss. People have amazing benefits to their skin. And this comes down to our whole food products. These whole food products are clinically proven to improve skin health and density, and we've got people who have had amazing improvements to eczema and psoriasis. And Tana here, I know Tana, I've met Tana, and she's a beautiful girl from Darwin, and she has had amazing improvements to her skin, having been a severe acne sufferer for many years. So that's another great benefit as well. And then the men, this is one of my clients actually. I took these photos, they're in my bathroom. This is his before and after, and you can just see how it's come off his gut. The men tend to get really, really quite dramatic improvements when they do this program as well. So it's great for the men. He dropped 5.2 centimeters from his waist and 7.2 from his navel just in that 24 days. But also his metabolic age dropped by 6 years. So his metabolic age improved, which means his metabolism had improved. So when your metabolism improves, your body burns more fat at rest, which is great. And then we have the gorgeous Lisa, who is on this call actually. Now, Lisa has allowed me to share her photos, and Lisa's been on an amazing transformation journey, and I'm so, so proud of her. You'll see, and I'll get her to tell her story, but you'll see that, the very far left photos Lisa took of herself just before she started the program. I think the middle one might have been when she finished the program, and then the one on the far right was a little bit of time afterwards. But I'll get Lisa to explain that and share her story. And I'll just stop my screen share so we can go to Lisa. Lisa, I'm going to spotlight you. And if you could just share your experience of doing this program.
Thanks, Ruth. I was looking for a change in my eating habits because I wasn't a very healthy person. I mean, I tried lots of things in the past and, they all had their merits, but I never really learned anything from them. So I did the DCN, and the detox phase was challenging. It's only 3 days. Day 2, I didn't cut down my coffee beforehand, and I think that's the major thing that I did wrong. So day 2 I had a big headache, and day 3 it's like you just came out the other end. It was really good. I've got to say that during the 7-day cleanse, it was funny, I didn't notice when I started feeling really good. I think it was just the fact that I stopped feeling crappy. And I thought, I actually feel the best I've ever felt, ever. Like I didn't have, I didn't realise I always had a constant bloaty feeling and a constant, not tummy ache, but just really uncomfortable or a little bit uncomfortable. But with not even being halfway through the DCN, I felt amazing. But what I'll also say about it, and what I really love, is that it's very easy to do. For anyone that knows me, they know I hate being in the kitchen. I'm not a good cook. I'm very uncreative. So I almost talked myself out of it because I thought I wouldn't be able to do it. But all I did was just prepped all my meals, and that made it completely easy. And I spent a couple of hours doing that, and that, that did me for the next 4 or 5 days of what I was going to be eating. So I actually found it really easy, and I think that's why it's so successful. So I was feeling great, and I wasn't getting any cravings anymore for anything. Like I would crave sugar, or I would crave bread, and in fact I was halfway through it and I didn't even notice that there wasn't any bread in it. That's how much I wasn't craving different foods, because bread actually makes me feel rather sick. And I didn't notice that there wasn't any cheese, because I was eating all this yummy food and I didn't feel like I was missing out at all. The last 14 days is when you can have a few treats as well, which I really loved. It was very nice to have, but I sort of feel I wasn't craving them. It's not like I was hanging out for something sweet or anything like that. So I found it very easy, and I felt absolutely amazing. And so what I decided to do is to actually sort of keep eating like the 14-day portion of the DCN, the Nourish phase. And I found it really easy. All I do is just prep a few meals, stick them in the freezer, and therefore I had meals on the go, ready to go, instead of getting home for lunch and sort of not having anything ready and then, choosing to go to the bakery or things like that. So, I found it absolutely fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. I might go to Deb now to share her experience of the DCN too.
Yep, can do. So it's been 3 months now. I got involved with Stacey. I heard her talking to one of our mutual friends at soccer one night, and I actually had heard of Juice Plus before when I was in Australia. Wasn't really interested in doing anything with it because, one of those silly things. I actually didn't really like the lady who was doing it. So I never really looked at it again, and I wish I had now. So I've done the DCN and found it amazing. I'm actually due to start it again on Monday. I've got heaps of energy. I feel the best I have in a long, long time. So, my health journey's been varied. And I'm determined I'm going to stay well, and this product is definitely going to help me do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Deb.
Leave it short and sweet.
Yeah, thanks for that. That's awesome. Cheers. All right. I'll just go back to sharing my screen, guys, and we'll get back into just the last part of the presentation. So we're going to go through now what you get with the program and the finer details, costs and all of that. So you get the step-by-step ebook program, okay, which is roughly nearly 60 pages long. This is kind of an idea of what it looks like. So it's just chock full of information. The actual meal plan is only probably about 5 pages, but it's got lots of information about what to do before, what to do during, what to do after. It's got all your recipes and everything in there. So really, really useful information. It's got your 24-day meal plan from the nutrition expert George Saragas. And then we've got, lots of healthy, amazing recipes. So on the right here are just some examples of some of the vegan recipes. And then on the left, we've got some of our amazing smoothie recipes, which are a highlight of the program. I absolutely love it when they appear in the program. So you also get added to our online private support group, and this is a closed support group which you're added to. It's great for going through and getting inspiration before you start the program, see what other people are experiencing, and you're kept a part of that. So after you finish the 24 days, you can get ideas for other healthy recipes. Zoe, the creator of the program, is in there often, and she, will post up some healthy recipes every now and again. And it's good just, if you're having a really flat day and you just think you're not going to be able to get through the 3-day detox phase or whatever, you can just put a post up in there and you'll get lots and lots of comments on it in support. So it's a really, really awesome forum to be part of. Now, what are your options with the program? All right, we have 2 options. We have our Essential Detox, which are our fruit and vegetable capsules, and the complete shakes. So the only cost with this program are the products that are required for the program. So the actual ebook that you get is completely free when you get these, when you put in an order for the products for the program. So the Essential Detox is the fruit and vegetable capsules, and then we have our Premium Detox, which we have the fruit, the vegetable, and the berry capsules. Now, a lot of people will say, what's the difference between the premium and the essential? Obviously, the berry capsules are the difference, but the reason why I love the berry capsules is because berries are really, really high in antioxidants, so you're getting that extra big boost of antioxidants every single day with the berries. Really, really great if you're you exercise a lot or train hard to combat that oxidative stress that builds up in the body. Great for skin, hair and nails. Really good for if anyone has any particular health issues or concerns. I'm always making sure that I recommend the premium capsules. So you just get that extra boost with the berries, which I love. So costs to do this program, okay. The only costs involved, like I say, are the products involved. So we've got our Essential Detox, which is $170 $220 per month for 4 months, or we have our premium detox, which is $218.79 per month for 4 months. So the products are a 4-month shipment, and I'll just quickly explain why that is. It's based on science and the turnover of your blood, like we saw in that image earlier on in the presentation. We saw in that it takes 4 months for your blood cells to completely turn over and regenerate, for your blood to completely renew itself. So it's not just about getting healthy in that 24 days or even just in a 4-month period. As we learned earlier, it takes almost 365 days for 95% of the cells in your body to turn over and replace themselves. So good health doesn't happen overnight. This is about long-term cellular health, change in your body. So, and that's what the products provide. So the products give you that support after the 24 days. Next slide. I'm hoping you can all see this. We have a special for December, and this is really exciting, where you can save on the program. Okay, so if you place a post-dated order for a special trial pack of 30 complete shakes, you get them for only $152, and you pay for that in January, and you'd start the DCN in January, but you need to put through an order just for your capsules for the month of December. All right, so if I just go back, actually, I'm just going to go back to the screen before. So let me do that. There we go. So this screen here, that price there is for both the capsules and the shakes, purchasing them all at once and paying for both products in monthly installments over the 4 months. And you get 60 complete sachets, or you get 60 sachets of the smoothies for that price. Now, the difference with this price is that you're able to take advantage of a very special trial pack of 30 complete shakes. So you only require about 20 shakes to do the program. So you've got plenty of shakes there to do it. It just reduces the cost a bit. So what you would do is you'd put in an order for your capsules for the month of December, and then you'd post-date your order for the 30 complete shakes for early January, where you'd pay that upfront price of $152, and then all you're paying then is that either that monthly cost of $89.70 for your fruit and vegetable capsules, or the monthly amount of $138.29 for your premium capsules. So you're actually saving about $181 on that. Does that all make sense? I hope I explained that properly. Cool. All right. Now, another awesome thing that we have going for the month of December is that if you join in December, you also get these free gifts immediately. So this is part of our silly season solution promotion, where you get access to the following ebooks: a 75-page nourishing Christmas ebook with loads of healthy, delicious recipes for Christmas, and there's some amazing recipes in that. I've flicked through it already. You get a DCN Healthy Holiday Protocol, which helps you just with some really clever guidelines on how to not go crazy and overindulge over the holiday season. So it just gives you really good tips and advice to survive that silly season. And you also get a 4-day pre-tox guidelines. So that will give you a little 4-day plan to get your body prepared before you actually do your 24-day detox. So those ebooks you get immediately upon putting in an order for your capsules. You get those straight away so that you can then use them over the Christmas and festive season, and then you post-date your order for your complete to go through early January, and that's when you get your DCN ebook to start your DCN after 1st of January. All right, and then we also have, there is also an option to just try our Juice Plus capsules. So if you're just looking at the price of the Juice Plus capsules, it's just the same price as we had on the previous screen. So $89.70 for your fruit and veg capsules, or $138.29 per month for your premium capsules. So we do have some little freebies to give away with this as well. Not quite as much as the other options, but you have a 32-page whole food recipe ebook that Zoe has done called A Nourishing Taste, which has got some beautiful recipes in that. We've got also an ebook called How to Plate Up by real food coach Natalie Baldock, which is a great educational ebook on exactly that, how to plate up. So you have a well-balanced meal. We have an exercise and daily ritual guide that we can give you, and you get access to our customer support group as well. And then there's more. December's a really exciting month. We've got lots and lots of good things on offer, but we've also just heard from our head office, and they're doing an amazing deal for the month of December just for New Zealand. So for any new order in December, you also will get free soft chews. All right, so the soft chews are our alternative to capsules for people who can't swallow capsules, or they're also our children's product. All right, so they have the same fruit and vegetable ingredients as the capsules. They're just put in a little gummy soft chewable lolly almost. So these are delicious, and I always have some of these on stock in my fridge. Sometimes if I get a little bit of a sweet craving at night or in the afternoon, I'll just pop a couple of those into my mouth, and I'm getting lots and lots of nutrients from them as well. So they're giving away free soft chews, which means you get 2 packets of the fruit and 2 packets of the veg. So it's a 4-month supply of soft chews there. So that's an awesome promotion as well. And kids eat free. So the amazing benefit, or one of the amazing things that this company does, is that they're really into promoting the health of children and the health of our next generation. So when any adult orders a Juice Plus capsules, they can sponsor a child between the ages of 4 and 17 years of age, and that child will receive either the capsules or the soft chews absolutely free. And we've got many, many children around the world, hundreds of thousands of families who are benefiting from this program and receiving free products for up to a maximum of 4 years. So that's another awesome thing that you get for free. If you are wanting to do this program and you have a child, or maybe you have a niece or a nephew, or just there's a significant child in your life who you would like to help, you can sponsor them and they get these products for free. So there's lots and lots of awesome stuff, with all the promotions that we have for this month, and as well as this is an ongoing study that the company have, and this is something that's available anytime that you decide to order Juice Plus, not just for this month. So what I would like to say, just in wrapping up, is that whether or not you choose to try our products or the program, I just ask that you take on board the information about researching what you put into your body. It's really, really important. Don't fall for the BS hype, the short-term fixes and the fad diets. There's so many of them out there, and where they can cause so much confusion. It's just about going back to basics and eating real food. So go whole food, go real food, and make a lifestyle change for your health. So that's it, guys. If you want to get started, or if you want to have a look at more information, just visit detoxcleansenourish.com, or go back to the person who invited you onto this call or shared the recording with you. I will just stop the recording.